podcast, Living on the Edge. I am Ava of Ava Nem, and I am here to, I am here, and this episode is called The Day is Upon Us. So, first, I would like to say to the population of where I am in the Caribbean, I hope that this video doesn't upset you. In the event that it does upset you, we are probably counting on you being upset. For those of you that feel weird, feel uncomfortable, feel like running into the future and barricading every door on your block, whatever it is that you feel at the time of this video is how you feel. And the most important thing to us is that you feel it when it's presented to you, and that you're not rediscerning, that you are discerning and practicing a hold on that discernment. You know, if you're in a tent in the woods and you hear footsteps outside, they're footsteps. You know, anything other than footsteps is a next thought, a next everything. So, I'm gonna put it back there. I did it like this. If it's out there, it has more right to be out there than I do. This tent is on public land or watershed, or this tent doesn't belong here as much as anything else that I could say doesn't belong here. I don't get to say you don't belong here, the footsteps outside, or the trees crackling, or whatever. Inside is a different story. This is my area. If it comes inside, or it happens inside, which it happened, I had a gigantic raccoon, like Raccoonzilla, on my bed eating my crackers one time when I came home. That thing didn't have more right to be there than me. But if it was outside climbing a tree, it had more right there to be there than me. I'm not going to sit there and rediscern. So if you watch this video and you have feelings, during this video, yay, because that's what should happen. But if you come back to this video and you start stripping it bare and cutting it up and piecing it together, what you are doing is you are trying to meet the needs of an outcome that may or may not come out, and one that is significantly and undoubtedly yours. Now, sometimes a couple of people get together and they imagine an outcome. An outcome is not a reality. An outcome is something that has been drawn and practice has been put to getting what is inside the outcome to the outcome. It's not really a point A to point B, guys. It's a point A to point A. People want to be able to see where they're going. And if you try to take them somewhere that they cannot see, at least in a loose way, then they freak out and they jump out and they lash out. So all I want to say is I'm about to say some crazy, crazy stuff. And I'm going to reveal some beautiful and terrible truths. We are going to have some deep secrets. We've got juicy bits. We've got a little bit of everything. And I hope that in my deepest and most daring wishes, I hope that you are able to both take this video seriously and also understand that it is a joke, that it is hypothetical, that it does not bear relevance or gravity on reality. This is my way of giving back to you. Today I realized that a lot of people felt as though I had knowledge that they didn't. And today, when finally enough people had knowledge that I didn't, there was a shift. And that shift didn't look or feel good. It looked strange and lonely. So this is my attempt to come, be forthcoming about things that have happened and things that may or may not happen. This is not an outcome. Eventually it may be chosen to represent what had worked to a result. And that being said, we're going to move on. That result would be and/or legalize and/or decriminalize recreational cocaine use. So first off, I want to say to anyone and everyone, specifically residents of this island, if you do not have any tolerance for illicit drug use, cocaine or otherwise, you are the most valuable thing we have. A crackhead cannot get or maintain a buzz without you. We've spent the last several months creating a biorhythm based upon that. If you hate crackheads, we need you, because without you, we can't be a crackhead. A very heavy-hitting person that is intolerant to illicit drug use, one person, can manage a clutch of crackheads, whether they can get high or not. We know because when they fall asleep, everything changes. Everything changes. It doesn't happen quickly, it doesn't happen in a snap, but it happens. We have a significant and reliable biorhythm because of intolerance. So let me say this again. If you are intolerant of illicit drug use and you live on this island, it is of the utmost importance that you do not change your mind, that you do not change your ways, that you use the same language and have the same emotion that you have always had. You are the most important thing to us. The Caribbean, the islands, they were leaders in recreational marijuana use. And just because there's a possibility of some shock as to how the whole thing is turned out, does not mean that we should not carry the torch. We should carry the torch. We shouldn't have feelings about it. We shouldn't feel like we're showing honor to them or we're dishonoring ourselves or any of that. We need to carry the torch. And we need to do it as soon as we can. Because drug use and tourism are interadjacent. They go next to each other. People don't come on vacation, do the kind, and go home with the habit. We cannot continue to ignore the fact that there is more that we can do to help keep vacationing alive, because it's dying. It's dying. It doesn't make sense anymore like it did. At its height, it was about women and children. You must do this for women and children. We can't use that as an excuse anymore. Just like you cannot be afraid to lose your home. And as though anything shy of is better than living on the streets, okay? You can't. This is planet Earth, all right? It is not the end of Earth to sleep outside. It was called the Viper, and it has been repurposed. That crippling fear of having to sleep outside. You guys here on the islands, you know things. You have experience. You are unique and you are rare, and there are no expectations of you. You don't know nobody's shit. You've been bullied for too long, and that doesn't need to be said to anyone, but we are capable of infinitely more good when it comes to keeping good remained. I am not going to try to convince you guys to do this. I'm going to say, this is what I think it could look like. This is what I know. I know if those that are intolerant become tolerant, it will all fall apart. I know that some of us need to try to be seen with using crack a little bit more. That's how marijuana worked. You guys know how marijuana works better than us. But it can't work exactly like that, but there are some things about it that need to work. Marijuana is different. Although it does require some socialness, it doesn't require the amount of socialness that crack does. You must be social. You must, I had this saying in Hawaii, if you're going to live off the land, you better learn how to throw a shaka. And the shaka here, well, it's like this. When you see somebody, you throw it like this. The shaka here is you must talk to each other. You must sit with each other and you must talk. You must be as close, as face to face as they were in all of the movies and all the TV. When you look at it now, it's like, dude, how could we have modeled after having to be nose to nose? Or did we? Did we? It is a sexual thing, and it brings people together. It leaves a mark on the memory. It is a story they will tell. This place is for lovers, for families, for the rich and dangerous, for the poor and unexcused. You guys just came through COVID. You guys just came through so much. But I can hear it. I can hear it in the foot traffic that you are ready. You are ready for a season of ass whooping. You are ready to get your butts handed to you day after day after day after day. You're ready. You don't care. You can complain a little bit, but I can hear your hearts thumping for it. We want it. We want it. Now we can do more to bring it to you. We can. But not because of money in your pockets. Because you guys have something to prove. Because you guys have something to offer. Because you have something to teach. Because you have a sermon to deliver. I don't do any of those things. That doesn't mean I don't like them done. Frenchie doesn't let us down. Nate walks around with that crack pipe in his hand all the fucking time. But nobody asks him to go get it for him. You guys know better than me. You know better than anyone what it will take. They need a place to do it. They're a tourist. They have their rooms. They can go back to their fucking rooms. We don't need to make them feel comfortable after they've gotten it. We don't need to talk about the law or any of that. We don't need to soothe or calm or pitch or sell too much anyone. But we are going to need to allow them to see it a little bit more. You guys know what we can do. I think I'm going to go ahead and close out there. Again, this is Living on the Edge. I am Ava of A&M, Ava-Nem. Hey Marshall. Love me, baby, love me, baby. Your love is a one in a million. It goes on and on and on. We are the U.S. Virgin Islands. We're a territory. We are safe and we are free. But we are in custody of that which is not. Welcome one and welcome all. Our paradise can be your paradise for the right price. Look here, guys. I don't know if I'm ever going to get off the island. I don't know about these little miracle action that you have. You guys are the most epic and secretive and fun and amazing people ever. And I have absolutely no intention of sharing you with the world, which is exactly why you're in the position you're in, because no one that's ever come here wants to share you. And so I expect that you probably don't want to share me either. So let's get this season started right. Let's get this season started now. My name is Americana Tamahonda. Good will remain.